Hey everybody, I'm Spin, and today we're going to be talking about how to anchor a site. So let's say you're anchoring B site. That would basically mean that B site is your responsibility. It's your job to defend it, it's your job to communicate information about the site, and it's your job to make sure that the plant does not get off, and if it does, that you help your team to retake that site. So today we're going to be using the B site on Split as an example for how to anchor. So without further ado, let's get right into it. If I'm anchoring B site, what I see a lot of players doing is they kind of, this little force field that stops you from, running to the enemies in the buy phase messes with so many people because they feel like when this force field gets removed, it's time to boom, run and have a fight down over there. But that is not how it's supposed to work if you're defending. Let me quickly just end this game phase. Let me show you how the boss does it. Boom. So they feel like as soon as this goes away, they need to be running out here and just having a fight here. The problem is if you're the only person anchoring this site and they kill you here, there could be 3 or 4 enemies that will be able to take B instantaneously and plant. And that's all because you decided to get way too aggressive when you're holding B site. Now, what you need to do as an anchor is you need to hold this site at all costs until your teammates arrive to support you. So if I'm playing here, sometimes I do a quick peek, like I barely even peek out. I just want information, so boom, boom, boom. I'm not necessarily trying to get a kill. And if I hear a ton of them running down here, what I do is I let my middle players know and also my A players so they can start to rotate. Okay, I've got 3, 4 footsteps coming this way. I need backup. Now, what I should do at that point is not necessarily try to wide peek and kill as many as possible, because if there's 4 right here, they will kill me. You can't just take on 4 enemy players right here unless you're just a god. And again, if you're a god, you're playing in the wrong MMR because these players should be the same skill level as you. So my priority is to delay them as much as possible in order for my rotates to get here so we can fight them together. Right now, it's a 1v4. If you don't communicate to your teammates, it'll stay a 1v4. If you don't wait in time for the rotates, or if you don't anchor properly for the rotates, it's going to stay a 1v4. The goal is to make it a 4v4 or a 5v5 so that the odds are not stacked against you. So as Phoenix, and again, every player is different, but as Phoenix, what I normally like to do if I hear them running around the corner is I just flash it. Sometimes, depending on the players, depending on their play style, I'll peek it really quickly and try to get a quick kill. Sometimes I don't, because nothing strikes fear into the heart of a push as just getting flashed. The moment people get flashed, they panic. It can stop the rush in its tracks. So sometimes I just flash it and do nothing because it just makes them panic. It makes them second guess themselves. So sometimes I even back off the site completely and let them plant and set up for the retake, just in order for the rotates to come in, because the most important thing for me is to get that 5v5 or that even fight going. If they rush too fast and I'm still in a 1v4 situation and nobody's in heaven yet to cut them off here, or they actually have, used some kind of ability like Viper or Sage to cut off this area right here, that leaves me vulnerable. I'll literally just give them the site or hold a tight angle here. But the priority again is to stay alive so that we can play together as a team. You don't want to be in a situation where you're 1v4ing, okay? Because you will lose that 1v4. You'll just hand them the site and you'll be dead. So you won't have the ability to impact the current round. So again, to reiterate, if you're anchoring a site, truly anchor it. Don't just give them the site. Don't make it easy on the enemy. It means don't peek them too aggressively and try to get as much information as possible and call for the rotates when you feel like you need one. Something that I do a lot in the game, and I don't know if they do this in CSGO. I mean, I do it all the time. I don't necessarily hear other people doing it, is I actually just call for exactly what I need. Instead of saying, okay, I hear footsteps on B, I literally try to analyze. I think I hear 2 or 3 footsteps. So I say 3 footsteps on B, and then instead of letting my teammates make the decision on what they need to do next, I literally just ask for what I need. Instead of just saying, and okay, so what I do is I say rotate 1 to B, which means, hey, can we send 1 player to B? Because you don't want to over-rotate and give them the A site if they're bluffing you. You just want to be able to deal with the current situation at hand. So I'll say, hey, can I get a rotate on B, please? And that'll usually cause a player to rotate over here and help me out. Now, me and that player will then be able to make a decision as to whether or not we need the whole team to rotate onto B, or whether or not they're just kind of bluffing us, or they're just kind of sending a player or 2 here. And another important thing is I make my callouts relevant and important. I don't over ask for what I need. So if I hear footsteps coming B, I just call it like it is. Now I don't say come B unless I literally mean I need the whole team to come B because the bomb has been spotted. They are running full force down here and we need the whole team to come counter. I don't say that unless I really mean it. I see some players, like if a player's holding A, I see some players saying, everyone come A, we'll run over to A, and there'll be nothing there. And it'll totally screw us because then they'll come plant B and totally screw us over. So I don't over ask, I just analyze the situation, pass off the information to my teammates, and I ask for what I need. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. There's so much to go over with how to rotate. I mean, we only scratched the surface here. So if you have any other topics you'd like to see covered, or if you want to add any other comments yourself and talk about the proper ways to rotate and to call out in Valorant, just go ahead and do so in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching.